It is a chilly morning at the Bright Angel trailhead. We are at 5:45. It rained last night and about 45 degrees. So that is what the morning has in store for us. Yesterday, Carolyn and I had about a 30-mile, 50K day down to Supai and back. So it's quite a start to the journey. Got a map over here somewhere. Bright Angel Trailhead, 6,800 feet, and then down to the Phantom Ranch, Indian Garden. Oh, it's not even taking us down to Phantom. That's saying it's 6 to 9 hours, difficult, strenuous, to cover the 4.5 miles to Indian Garden. Well, I don't think that's going to be the case.
I hope not.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's start moving.
Okay.
Oh, that feels good, actually. I feel way better than I thought I would already. You know what I mean? I was thinking, oh, I'd be a little creaky. I'm feeling okay.
I know. Of course, we are going downhill when we just begun.
Yeah, there's the coolest part, that hole in the canyon. So, all right, so we're leaving at 5:45, 7:45 roughly, which is just when it's going to be getting dark, will be our predicted exit time, but we'll see what happens. This seems like the time of day to leave. We've got quite a few people already on the trail, passing with backpacks and whatnot. We'll be out quick. Running through their picture. Look how civilized this trail is, good Lord. Compared to the trail we were on yesterday, which has the mule trains going up and down all day. This one is like a groomed ski run. And you can actually see now, actually, because it's rained, you can see people's tracks. It looks like there's only been 1 or 2 people down already. Oh, no, maybe a few more, hard to say. But there's our trail. It's gonna go and wiggle down all that way. We'll see if we get rain. It says 30% in the morning, 60% in the afternoon. So we're probably 10 minutes in and we've already taken our layers off, so who knows if the cold is really going to be a factor today or not. Yeah, someone up here with his jeans on, just taking his layers off too, but this is our down. Good morning.
You going around the rim?
Yeah.
Good for you.
And then back again. Have a good one. I'm not sure the back again part registered. It's a nice community of folks here. I was just commenting to Carolyn how yesterday compared to the Havasupai trail, we haven't seen a speck of litter out here. So good job, national parks, visitors, and people. Supai people, clean up your stuff. There's a little bit of horse manure as well on the way down, but nothing like we had at Supai. So I don't anticipate we'll be seeing mule trains going our way. Maybe coming the other way up later, but that'll be it. How you feeling this morning, Carolyn?
Not bad.
Just not bad. That will do. I'm wearing my Bigfoot gaiters today, which I just got. Betsy made them. See? Oh, yeah, they already come off the front. We got the little Bigfoots on them and the Ultras, because I figure traction is not that big of a deal today like it was with Supai. And these should be fairly forgiving. Even though Ultra's notorious instant wear out sole has almost no tread on them, I don't think it's going to be necessary much today. So we've got one set of footprints in front of us now. Seems like someone who's running at a reasonable pace, like a solo runner. Just kind of doing the self-assessment right now, thinking that this particular trail, it's such a nice grade. It'll be effort to go up, but it's not so bad, and it's not, I mean, you can run it down quite easily. I think most of the trails from rim to rim to rim are like that, as opposed to a lot of the runs where where there's no way you're running up and down the trail. But here, it's quite possible. I'm also remembering, oh yeah, probably should have put some band-aids on my nipples. I can feel them a tiny bit right now because it's cold. And if we have a stop or a break, I'll dig into my kit and pull out some band-aids. At some point, maybe I'll do a video of what goes in the pack for a particular run. So, but in the meantime, we are headed just down and down and down. It's so quiet. And it's just beautiful. So I stopped for a second just to show this trail. How crazy the line is. There's Carolyn coming down. She is an amazing runner, which is nice because certain people you just don't have to worry about on the trail. She is one. But this is what you're dealing with. Down, 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 down. The whole way. Alright. Now to try it. There she goes. Taking the wiggles, which just continue all the way down. We pretty much have the canyon to ourselves right now, which is kind of awesome. So I'm gonna run down and see if I can catch back up. Good luck on that one. On long days, catch back up is a bad plan, but we'll see. Hopefully she'll pull up and wait for me. I've got the sticks with me so that when I'm on the uphills, I'll be able to use those, do a little bit of practice for the Bigfoot coming up this year. We're just under an hour in, and we are here. So we've come 4.6 miles. And so we're doing about 11-minute miles-ish, maybe 12. And then this down to Colorado River, Phantom Ranch, 4.7 miles. We're doing good, actually. This is not bad.
Nice.
We're astounded at the number of water stations there are so far. This is like pretty easy terrain in terms of support. Although, warning! Danger! Warning! Watch it, y'all! Do not attempt to hike from the canyon rim to the river and back in one day. Each year, hikers suffer serious illness and death from exhaustion. N'essayez pas atteindre le bord de fleuve et d'en faire le retour. So, yeah, that's a third of our trip. But I think the weather is cooperating with us actually really nicely. So our objective early in the day is just not to ever go into energy deficit, just to kind of take it easy. even though it's downhill, every now and then we're taking a little bit of a leg stretch and walking it out. Going up the other side, it's unlikely we'll be doing much running. There's some flat part at the bottom, just after Phantom Ranch, that we'll probably end up walking and running on and off. But it's about preserving energy for the day, especially after yesterday's effort. All right. So we're going along this section, and we've got water down in this canyon, and it's a beautiful kind of rocky ridge that they are created to follow along. The cool thing about this run is, even though it's all in the canyon, there are all these different microclimates and different types of terrain that are just quite beautiful. Every corner that you come around, there's something else to see and look at. Planning to be mindful today, feeling a slight tightness in one calf, the soleus. So just paying attention to it, but not worrying about it too much, just being aware. There are interesting things happening. There's a beautiful slot canyon. That would probably be pretty awesome to descend if we could, but I don't think this is the place to do it. And I'm just gonna head over this edge. We have blue sky appearing. Yeah, ta-da! Looks like it's gonna be a perfect day for this. Temperature's not so bad. Remember this spot, you come around, and again, you can see the trail for quite some distance. And it just ends up down there, up those wiggles, all the way along here. Oh, nice. So. Morning, folks. So, we just hit sunlight and the Colorado River. It's at 7:30, so it took us just an hour 45 to get down here. But man, oh man, look at that. Really nice. Now we parallel the river a little bit, and then after a while there'll be a bridge to cross, and then over to Phantom Ranch, and then it is all up. So we've descended. Remember how far the descent was, Carolyn?
We're at 13.07 kilometers here.
So 13K in, basically 8 miles. Oh, there's our friends up there. Oh, we got rafters too. Morning, thank you. Beautiful segment here, right along the Colorado River. We'll be marching along next to it. Hello, Lauren. For a bit of time, but just amazing 360 degrees around views. In a sandy wash segment, again paralleling the Colorado, and just up ahead is the footbridge, which you can see if you look carefully in the shadows. Rafters are coming down. Carolyn and I yesterday we were at the Colorado River too, at Supai, and we've been at it again, and then we're gonna go up and back down. We'll be at the Colorado 3 times in 2 days. I think that'll be enough of that. Approaching the bridge, footbridge, across the Colorado. Bit of a landmark on this run. Lovely construction. So this is where, on the way back, we have to figure out whether we want to go up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Trying to keep eating. That would have been a fun fall. I don't even know what my foot caught on. This is all intents and purposes flat compared to what we have been running. Just pointed at me.
Okay.
See if I stay on. We're gonna do a little bit
everything
of
on?
tightrope. Yeah. See if we can get across the river this way. Orlando style. Probably as far as I want to go. But I could have made it the whole way for sure. So this is the Bright Angel campground area. And if we choose to take the Kaibab back, this will be close to where we need to chill out. It's just canyons where they have water like this, dry places with water. Just amazing, unbelievable. Well, we got this detour thing going. Trail has been closed, whatever that means. So hopefully that doesn't mean a lot of bonus miles, but we will see. 16 kilometers in, we're just passing Phantom Ranch here. Oh, we don't want to go that way, we want to stay this way. We don't want to go where they went. Have a good one, guys. So now, uphill we're 16K in, which means, quick arithmetic, about 10 miles in, 20% of our mileage done, 2 hours, 15 minutes. But this mileage is gonna be a little different. We should probably stop soon and do the sunscreen thing too. But trail, look at that. Boulder lined, cactuses to give you high fives. She'll say, yeah, good job. Whack. In the canyon area, leading up to where you start to get out, and the incline's not too bad, so some of it's runnable. Hope I'm not making you dizzy by bouncing the camera around like that. We're doing a intermittent run walk, net uphill, but it's not too steep, so just looking to keep clicking off the miles. Maybe we'll do some kilometers too, to make the bridge crossing a little bit more interesting. We're gonna go on the rail. There we go. A lot of focus, feeling sure, and bias a little bit towards the bridge rather than the river. Just want to talk about pacing for a minute on long days like this. It's so important to not go into deficit when you're doing a long day, and just to keep the calories coming in, liquid coming in, even when you don't feel like it. Just grab something and eat it. This intermittent pacing, where you run a bit, a little bit of an uphill, so we'll walk, is really nice. Carolyn's really experienced as well. Now she hasn't had as much mileage as I have recently, so I was a little concerned. But she's such a solid runner. She likes to hang back just a little bit, which is kind of nice as well. Run her own pace. I can run mine. I'm not stopping and waiting for her, more or less ever. She just catches up. I'll slow down on an uphill and then go. But for days like today, the quality of the experience is what I'm looking for. And if I'm training, as I am, for a 200-mile race, these back-to-back high mileage days, I just had a few in a row in Hawaii a couple weeks back, and now up and down out of the Grand Canyon a couple times in the last 3 days. This is what helps you a lot. So I've gone the up, now it's a little bit of a downhill, and I will just keep carrying on forward, knowing probably that Carolyn's doing the same thing, just amping it up behind me a little bit. Woo! Look at this big gopher snake. I think he's probably alive. And there he goes. Look at that. What a beauty! You ready? Oh yeah, I took the camera back. I love that. So, coming along the trail, and all of a sudden you see a generator and a giant thing of tools. How do you think they got here? Helicopter. I'm like, who's gonna bring all this crap in? Helicoptering them in. It looks like the helicopter just kind of dropped it on the trail too. Fuel for the generator, tools, all kinds of stuff. I wonder what they're gonna do. Probably some trail work, because this trail is pretty crazy. Compared to Supai, where we were yesterday, going through a valley somewhat like this, where there's no trail. You're just scrambling back and forth across the water and literally over the river and through the cactus patch. Here it's a little different. But this looks like, man, for the helicopter to drop it right there, he did not pick an easy place at all. Probably a hotshot pilot. We have thunder and raindrops coming, so maybe we'll find a place and pull over here and grab a bite to eat somewhere. If we find some, oh, look at these little lizards stuck in the middle of the bridge. Because if it really comes down, it'd be nice to stay dry. Find a little cave like that, but maybe more comfortable, more overhang. We'll see what we can find. But it would be a fine time to have some real food, huh? Well, it has started to rain, and we have a little roof here. Oh, look at Carolyn getting her jacket on even. I don't know if I'm going to do the jacket, but it does look like it's going to rain hard for a minute or two. So we will chill out. I will enjoy some marlin jerky. We just had a massive lightning strike, actually quite close. That was a flash, and then brief pause, and then thunder that just reverberated through the canyons. I don't know if we'll get another one, but we will see. Hard to say if this is just going to go through or whether we're going to be stuck here for a bit. I think the real uphill starts. We've got about 10 miles to the other rim. We're about a quarter of the way through in terms of mileage right now. So I got my poles out. I broke one of my poles. I got these REI poles, which are carbon, and they're adjustable and quite comfortable. A lot of people like the Black Diamond ones, but they're not adjustable. They're maybe slightly lighter. The nice thing about the Black Diamond is they collapse into a shorter distance. Well, waiting for lightning. That one wasn't as near as the last one. So it's a proper thunderstorm at the moment, and Carolyn and I are just talking about options. It's 10 miles to the north rim, all uphill, and our plan is to do those 10 miles, then come back here, which would be 20 miles, and then back to the other side, which would then cap off a day of about 80K or 50 miles. But as you can see, it is raining hard. There's probably flash flooding going on in different places with a rain like this. Not that that should really be a concern of ours. So we'll figure out what to do. Carolyn's worried about perhaps getting cold. I have a space blanket, a polypropylene. I opted not to bring a waterproof jacket, which in retrospect might have been a mistake. But I've got a windproof jacket, not waterproof. And Carolyn has a waterproof jacket. And I've got these sleeves on right now, which are pretty handy. So, lightening up a little bit. We will see what happens as we wait this out. Our little jackrabbit couple from Montana, I wonder how they're doing. Yeah, Carolyn's arm warmers have gone on her legs, which is not bad. I got some goosebumps right now. It's getting a little colder, so maybe I'll put on another layer as well, just to be prudent. But we'll wait and see whether this sticks around. Whether the weather stays or goes. So the rain has let up a little bit. The sky looks a little brighter. We're geared up a bit, so it looks like we're probably going to continue, even if it takes us a little longer now. If it starts to get heavy and rain again, we might find another alcove or outcropping and pull over again, but I think it'll go away. It's a good question as to whether this will be coming and going during the day. If it is, then we may just resign ourselves to being wet and carrying on. As long as we're moving, it's not so bad. And the temperature it's not bad. It's probably low 60s, maybe mid 60s. So it could be a lot worse. Well, we're moving along. The trail is wet. Carolyn just caught one of her favorite little buddies, little toad or frog, struggling along on the trail. But we got thunder, lightning over there. It's just pouring in the distance. But back here it doesn't look quite so bad. Oh, cute little guy. I'm sure he didn't pee on your gloves. Oh, and there he goes. They apparently have no fear whatsoever. Well, here comes Carolyn, and the trail appears to have turned into a stream from this point forward. So the rain has changed the complexion of the trail. There are probably little places flowing as well that don't normally, but coming across little sets of hikers pulling off the trail just to try and stay dry somewhere, but I think we've given that up right now, so we will be hiking in the stream. Luckily we're from Vancouver, where such hiking is pretty normal, only you don't have giant cacti at the side of the creek. So Ribbon Falls is up here. We're deciding whether to make a detour. I think I'd like to. I don't know. Carolyn's not as sure, but maybe I can talk her into it. It'll be an extra couple miles, but probably worthwhile. I mean, you're down here, right? Not gonna be down here again for a long time. So, looking ahead, beautiful but definitely raining, kind of grim, raining right here. But behind us, blue sky, baby. So I think we'll be fine today. We're going through this place that's just got the most incredible plant life. It's really amazing, especially with all this rain I guess we've been having. It is green, vibrant, technicolor green in places. I think we're about 6 miles from the rim, all of which will be uphill from here on. This has been uphill anyway, but more uphill. We've come across something pretty interesting and a little more exciting than the last thing we saw on the trail. Can you hold those? Actually, give me one.
Okay.
We've got a dead squirrel, and we've got the rattlesnake there that made him dead. So he's kind of waiting to see what we're gonna do. He's not coiled, which means, and he's not, if I put the camera at him, he might strike. Let's see if he does. No, he's being very patient with us. So I'm kind of curious as to what's going to happen here. Whether the snake is going to eat the... Oh, see, now he's coiled a little bit. He doesn't like me going by him. So if I stick this out, he might strike at it, but maybe not. Yeah, if I'd have... Here, hold this for a second. I mean, we're fine. I'm not going to worry about him. He can only strike at roughly his body length, which is shorter than this. So what I might do is just get the camera over here. I'm going to... So he's in there. Looking at it. Head over. Yeah, head over to your kill right there. There you go, buddy. So clearly he bit the squirrel, and now the squirrel's dead. He's just waiting to eat him. That will be a nice rattlesnake meal. Super cool. You ready? Are you freaked out?
No, I mean, I'm okay, I'm fine, but oh my God, that was crazy.
All right, we're gonna head out.
That's the first time I've ever seen.
Flats. We're gonna re-water. It's a little way station on the trail. Last time I did rim trim. This was the beginning of my demise because I drank a whole lot of liquid and ate gels, and my stomach just wouldn't settle, and going up was not pleasant. So our little rattlesnake friend, I pushed his kill off the trail, so if somebody else is coming along, the rattlesnake is not going to be in the middle of the trail. Yeah, it could be a little weird if you're freaked out by it, but consider myself very lucky to have seen that. Wow, kill right there. He's just waiting to eat. So, super cool. Time to take layers off and re-water. We have hail coming down. Thunder, lightning, and hail at the moment. I'm gonna keep running ahead. Carolyn's back a bit, but maybe we'll find shelter again if it really opens up. So I found shelter while it's raining. And it's raining pretty good. You can see up towards the rim up there. The trail is now just running stream. I think Carolyn is just a little ways back. So she should be around the corner shortly. It's not cold, so even though I'm wet right now, I'm not chilly. So I'd be inclined to let this pass through and keep on going. It's not going to be as fast as we were thinking today with this kind of weather and these delays, but it'll still be a great day. Ten minutes ago, we're huddled under a rock, hail, thunderstorm, and now blue sky above us, and just A magical place. Amazing. I think we're gonna be okay getting out of here to the top rim, and then we got to come back down and go through it all again. Coming to another one of the footbridges, crossing over the creek, which is probably a little bit swollen now. Beautiful. We are leaving the water and just heading up right now towards some of the more spectacular uphill trail parts. Right now, a good bunch of erosion happening from the storm. You can see it was a stream when the storm was going, but going along the rim of this trail, which has just been carved directly into the most incredible rock faces. Just is above us, and it just carries on around all the way over there. Carolyn and I are just commenting about we're 6 hours and just over, almost 6.5 hours in. Our fellow Canadian, Rob Crowr, woohoo, has the FKT, which is the fastest known time for the rim to rim to rim. So he would have made it to the top and back, all the way back to the parking lot again. Look at that waterfall. I'm sure that isn't normally running, but because we've had water today, it is. So we're still hearing thunder here and there, have occasional sun. It's just sprinkling a little bit right now. Like I say, we'll see how long it takes us to get up to the top. The way back, what do you think, the way back roughly the same time?
A little more because we climb back up.
Yeah, but we have such a long downhill, so we're running more than we were last time.
You never know.
We'll see. We are coming into one of the more interesting sections, but also talking about maybe having a little snack, eat something, keep the calories going in. But this again is basically built onto a cliff. And you can see where we've just come from over there. The trail is also on a bit of an overhang. Looks like a lot of water was coming down here earlier. Oh, here's the sun again too. Where are we going? We double back. This looks like the perfect spot to eat something. Right here. And what I'm gonna eat is bacon jerky. You carry these things sometimes all the way to the end of the trail and back and never touch them, but right now it's bacon jerky time. Oh. Delicious bacon jerky. Gonna power us up the rest of the way. What do we got? Bring your watch over here. Let's see what it says. We're 33 kilometers. Time of day and elevation at 6,000 feet. What is it at the top?
8.
Oh, really? We got 2,000 more to go, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Carolyn up one of the sections that's been literally carved out of the canyon. And then we head up this way, do a bit of a turn, and then just keep heading up. I think that rim is about how high we need to get to. So, but the way up there is crazy topography. Here she comes along the steep cliff section. This was just most likely a waterfall a little bit earlier. Whoever made this trail did an enormous amount of work. It is just literally carved into the side of a cliff. And no guardrails.
Yeah,
what's your name?
I'm John.
John, nice to meet you.
This is Allison. Hi, nice to meet you.
Allison, it's a pleasure. You guys are...
What's your guys' name?
Oh my
What's your
God,
last
those cold
name?
hands.
Oh, I'm hot.
Wait, what's your last name?
Onstead?
Oh. We met, remember that guy that said that his wife, the
Oh,
rocking
yeah.
guy, was an elite runner?
Yeah.
Thought it
I
might
am
be-
not an elite runner.
Did you guys take shelter for the thunder?
we actually were the
Cottonwood when
Cottonwood.
that hit. and
Oh,
we
that's a nice
Where were
one.
you guys?
Oh,
Well, back a little ways.
Did you guys
We
find
got
shelter
rocks.
though? Oh, good.
We just
Yeah, that
were
was
hanging under a
nasty.
rock. Then again, we found
Yeah,
it.
started hailing.
Yeah.
We ran through the second
It's
one
nice
now.
up there right now. You're getting a good window.
And
Yeah.
it hasn't been cold, so...
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
we just kept going through. We were so, like, we started going and
I
it
know,
started
we
pouring
just
again. So we're like,
Yeah,
Whatever.
just run.
we just finally took our
keep
coats
moving.
off at the bridge. Like, oh gosh, it feels so good.
Yeah.
But-
It does.
Well, have fun.
Yeah, have
You
nice
too.
Yeah,
Good
you
luck,
guys
you
are
guys.
kicking it, man.
Yeah, you guys are doing great too.
How long since you? How long have
We're,
you been
let's
running?
see, it's about 2.25 miles from here. is all.
2.25.
And
Yep,
2,000
that makes
feet.
sense.
Okay.
It doesn't mess around.
That does not
No,
look
it's
like
actually-
2,000 feet,
I
does
remember this.
Yeah.
I thought it looked more.
it? Do you?
Well, we're
It
at
looks
60,
really
I know.
crazy. It's like, I don't even
61, 40,
Yeah, don't-
and it
don't
was
look up at all. That's what I did too.
82,
But
20
he
or
likes to
something
get
at the
washed
top.
in lactic acid.
82.20. Yeah.
I know.
Well,
There.
good job,
Thank
folks.
you.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Are you guys going back to Kaibab or Bright Angel?
Bright Angel.
Bright Angel.
Where'd you guys come down? You came down Bright Angel.
We came to Bright Angel, but I think we might go up Kaibab just for the heck of it because I haven't been up there.
Shuttles run?
No.
Our cars like it's Bright Angel.
So is ours.
Yeah, ours
I know,
is
so
too.
we were like, oh.
We thought we just...
That's an idea.
But then at that time, I don't know how many people are going to be around.
Alright.
Anyways, we'll figure it out.
Wow.
Well, have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.
See ya. We are getting closer and closer to the rim. I'm a little out of breath simply because we're at 8,000 feet and going up, up, up. But end is in sight. Looks like we're going to be 8 hours instead of 7 as planned. And no surprises with all of the thunder, hail, and lightning breaks we took. But I think not too much past that little ridge right there. And we should be good. Switch back, switch back, switch back. We're at the Coconino Overlook. Definitely closer to the rim now. I think the horizon, the light colored horizon, is basically where we came from, which is about, as a crow flies, probably not very far, but as we fly, about 25 miles-ish. Maybe a tiny bit less to this pot. Almost there. Gonna polish this bad boy off in one direction. Turn around, head back. Well, we are getting some pretty good hail again to the top here. I prefer it to rain because it doesn't get you wet unless it lodges in the back of your neck, like some of them are doing right now. It's actually collecting. We are basically there. Almost at the top. Good job, Carolyn. Now the top is right here. It's cheese sandwich time. Cheese sandwich and hail. Doing great. High five. Nice work. That's it. Well, we're halfway, almost. Nice thing about going this way too is this rim, is it 2,000 feet high or 1,800 feet high, or what's the story?
8,000.
8,000 feet, but the other rim, how tall is that?
6 something?
Yeah, so on the way back, we're losing 1,500 feet or something, which will be easy. Oh, look at this. Here it is. Just over 8 hours. So, an hour longer than we were hoping. But, all is good. Woo-hoo! Water, place to sit and enjoy a cheese sandwich.
Oh.
Nice work.
Oh, thank you.
Had a nice break. Cheese sandwich, some chocolate, freezing our buns off. So now, a long 15-mile downhill, losing 5,000 feet. So, should be quicker. To have less water filling, which means that we can have water from the fountain. Whoa. You want to know what kind of pressure we've got under this thing? Here, watch. That is shooting up 20 feet in the air. Oh my God. That is literally the craziest water fountain I've ever seen. One of these cool pass-throughs. So reading a little bit of the history of the Kaibab Trail, it sounds like a lot of the work was done in the 20s. They used to have a cable car that crossed on the bottom. And then they had to dynamite a bunch of the cliffs, as I showed you earlier, to make the thing passable. And then they kept improving it, and then they put in suspension bridges and whatnot. But that would have been an adventure, going down there in the 20s. Good Lord. Going down in your hobnail boots and your jod spurs. Shelter. It is hammered. Hail and thunder. I think this is a quick one. The fan, the wind. Just hiding behind a tree, no other good shelter. I think it might be almost through. It's not going to stop raining, but that's done. Just having some salt pills, some electrolyte pills. Feeling a little twinge here and there, and wanting to stay on top of it. So this is our amazingly colored path. Just foliage. It's unbelievable, unreal colors. And lots of big puddles today too, like this one. I've made a deal with Carolyn that she will visit Ribbon Falls if we hike it, so I think we have less hill, which is good, and maybe a slight diversion. The trail itself is quite inviting. We're gonna have to cross over the river at one point, so that may mean getting wet feet or backtracking, which we don't want to do. Ooh! Plywood bridge surface. definitely sees less traffic. Beautiful. Yes, we just wander around this way. Oh, I see why they say this is so awesome. Holy mackerel. Look at that. That is fantastic. Well worth a diversion. Coming home a little later in the dark. Oh my word. Well, yeah, big whoop-de-doo, huh? Oh my word. Behind the falls. I don't know how this will be with this, but I don't know if I'll get there. We will see. Oh, yep, I can get there. What a place. And we've got it to ourselves. Well worth the diversion. Making it through and across. I guess now we just stay parallel and rejoin the trail. The river is definitely higher. The creek is definitely higher than it normally would be. I bet we can get across dry in most circumstances. Just not today. It seems like we've been in this canyon for a long time. It's beautiful. Running, good grade, in the shade, nice breeze, but on and on and on. Coming up on your right or left. Thank you, thank you. Your left, your right. We'll go right, right. Thank you. Have a good one. It'd be a great run by itself, with the exception that here you've got to descend thousands of feet to get to it, and then ascend thousands of feet to get out of it. So it's a little different doing it on weary legs. What's our kilometers right now?
59.29.
59?
Yeah.
59.29. So 50K is 30 miles. Another 10, so 36 miles. 36 miles, we probably got another 12.
No.
14?
19.
No, 19? Really?
It's 82.
How's that possible?
Sorry, what's kilometers? 19K.
Oh, 19K. I'll buy that, 19K, yeah. Well, yeah. 11 miles. Good. We just arrived back at Phantom Ranch, coming down off the Kaibab Trail, and we're gonna go down past Bright Angel Campground. Then we have to decide whether we're gonna go along this side. It says ruins. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds sort of interesting. Black Suspension Bridge and South Kaibab Trail. South Kaibab is shorter by a significant amount, maybe 1.8 miles or something like that. But there's significantly more elevation gain. We haven't done it yet. 6 o'clock, we've got about 2 hours of daylight. So by the time we hit the edge, it's gonna be dark probably for an hour. So we'd see some of it for a while, but then we'd be arriving at the top of the part where our car is not. So then we'd have to figure out how to get back. But the road that I haven't seen is always more appealing than the one I have. So Carolyn made me a deal if I'd give her my warm fleece at the top if it's cold. If we were looking for a ride and it takes a while, that she'd go. So we'll have to make the call when we get down there.
It's not like I'd be running the right angle.
No, we'd be walking either way. So we've decided to do the Kaibab Trail, because neither of us have done it. It is shorter. We avoid the sandy section next to the river, and it's a little bit shorter, although it wasn't insignificant. It was like 500, 600 feet more elevation.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have to figure out how to get back to our car. That's just part of the fun. We also get to go across this black bridge up here, right there, which looks pretty rad as well.
That is a cool bridge.
It's just straight. There's nothing like above it to hold it up. That's crazy.
Curved.
Yeah, curved a little. Wow. So by my reckoning, from here we've got 6 miles left at 6:30. I'm assuming we're going to be going up a little bit better than a 30-minute per mile pace. So maybe we're going to be getting up to the top at 9 o'clock. So it will have been dark for about an hour by the time we get up there. But we'll be able to enjoy the trail in the twilight up until that point. So I'm looking forward to it. Black Bridge. ...440 feet, rigid suspension bridge. Constructed in 1928. Wow. Mackerel. Room 7. A pit house represents the earliest occupation. 1050 AD. This is 1,000 years old. Rooms 3 and 5 appear to have been built during the second site occupation. Wow. That is nuts that this has been here for 1,000 years. That's amazing. Although if you're going to pick a place, it's not bad. "1,000 years old!" Nothing in the US is 1,000 years old, except for this. We're going to come down to the Colorado River. And we're at the Colorado River again for the third time in 2 days. Look at this thing. It actually terminates in a hole in the rock. And then you can see the trail going straight up next to it. Not sure exactly what we're getting into here, but could be rather interesting. All right. Going down into low gear, caterpillaring up. Wood on this bridge has basically been worn away by force movers. It looks like it's just definitely concave, except for where the knot holes are. Just entering the tunnel. Might actually need to get a flashlight out. Oh no, I can see some light at the end. There we go. And a lovely archway. Now the upping starts in earnest. We were just there. The trail just squiggles up and up and up. Sublime lighting over there. As we look around, I think we've probably got at least a couple more hours. 1 hour of daylight. So we're gonna get dark here shortly. But the South Kaibab, pretty steady elevation and gorgeous on the way up. Pretty exposed though, isn't it? Compared to the other one?
Absolutely.
This would be, on a hot day, this would be a challenge for sure. You can see where our path is headed. I have no idea how this will be in low light. It's a bit of an experiment. About 2,500 feet to go. 1 grouse grind. Probably need the lights shortly. Estimating an hour 15 from this point, which would bring us in about 15 and a half hours. Not bad. Way faster back from north to south than from south to north. Although we holed up for at least an hour. And then we had a couple diversions, which took time. So, all right. So, low battery on this too. I killed the battery on the video camera. So, this is just endless steps for mules. And since the rain, it's like muddy puddle smelling like manure, muddy puddle smelling like manure, manure, step, log, up, up. Pretty monotonous. We're not sure exactly how far we got to go, but I'll save this for the end. Oh yeah? Where? Over there. We have gotten to the top. Hike to Cedar Ridge. Here, hug it out.
Oh man.
Good
work.
Good work. Yeah, now let's take a look around. See what there is here. Woo! So last night we completed our rim to rim to rim. I think we were maybe 15 hours and 40 minutes, something like that. But we had to deal with weather on the way. It was actually pretty spectacular. We had hailstones, we had thunder and lightning, wind whip up. Sometimes it was sunny. A lot of times on the trail, the storm came in quickly and we ended up just taking shelter wherever we could. So that cost us a good bit of time. And we did take a diversion or two. We went to Ribbon Falls, which was awesome. And on the way back, doing the South Kaibab, which elevation from the Colorado River tops out a little over 7,200 feet, which is compared to the other trail. Why don't you grab that map out? We'll show them on the map in the little. The Kaibab was beautiful, but it's really exposed. I don't think there are any water stations at all.
Nope.
On that route. We thought that there might be, because on the Bright Angel, it seemed like there was one every 10 minutes of running. It was almost ridiculous how many water stations there were. So hold that map up to the camera there. and you'll see the difference in terrain. Close. Yeah, you'll see the difference in terrain. Kaibab is a little steeper, and Bright Angel is perhaps a little bit longer, but those are the two different ways. The one thing to note is if you are topping out at Kaibab, there's nothing there but a parking lot. Nothing. And if you end up coming in at 9:30 in the evening like we did and it's freezing, the gate is actually closed to that area and it's just a spur, so you're not going to find a shuttle. You're probably not going to find a car. You are going to be stuck there and hiking on the road, freezing and cursing your life, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That was probably the hardest part for Carolyn, is just getting cold on the way out. But we ended up flagging a car down, which gave us a ride back to our car on Bright Angel. So thank you so much to the folks who did that. No thanks to the 3 other cars who saw us in the road, went over the other lane, slowed down briefly, and then accelerated away quickly, thinking, oh my gosh, we've got 2 killers on the road. I mean, really, people, you got 2 people who are clearly hikers or runners freezing their butts off on the road. Just at least pull over. If you're full or you can't give us a ride, pull over, roll down your window and say, oh, okay. Don't think that we're bandits or whatever in the middle of the Grand Canyon. So that was pretty funny. But I think we ended up yesterday, especially with the bonus mileage, a little over 50 miles and probably maybe 12,000 feet of elevation up and down.
If not a little more, I think.
So we'll check Carolyn's GPS. Maybe I'll get a track from it and we can post that as well. But rim to rim to rim, that is a quality trail to do as well. Weather will significantly impact your trip like it did ours. If it's hot in the summer, that could also be rather brutal. So, good trip all around. Heading back to LA right now. Carolyn's flying back up to Vancouver and Victoria tomorrow. Carrie and Carolyn out.